Glad we're here. Let's connect to our Ujjayi breath as we align crown, the top of the skull, over tail, and feel the shoulders relax, feel the hands soften. And feel the abdomen relax. So the abdomen yields and receives these next several deep breaths. So today we're just selecting or wondering where we ought to focus. And our focus is a feeling focus. And it's an inquiring focus. So the quality of focus has a lot of things going. There's kind of a wondering, a curiosity. There's a breathingness to it. So we're feeling and breathing. And letting all of these poses be novel ways to probe, to touch, to inquire into this area. An area might be less defined now, and it might actually become more defined as we learn more. Another possibility is you know exactly, absolutely sure what it is you're working with today. When we switch the cross of our legs, we'll work Kapalabhati first, and then we'll collect ourselves together, and we'll proceed from there. So Kapalabhati, short, sharp exhalations. So to enhance feeling in the feet, do something with the foot bones. So you can spread your foot bones, you can just place them, but just that you have a bit more feeling awareness in and of the feet. Here we go, Kapalabhati. We're moving out of Ujjayi breath. Whenever you're ready, begin. The with short, sharp exhales. You're relaxing between each and every pump. Let's do a handful more, 10 or 20. Maintaining that felt alignment of skull over tail. And then we'll relax the Kapalabhati for now. Resume your Ujjayi breath. Allowing that breath to be larger or deeper. Okay, now we'll place the soles of our feet together, Baddha Konasana. And with the fingertips on the ground, we'll work a round of Uddiyana. So I'm pressing. Letting the shoulders glide back and down, away from the jaw. Inhale. Feeling breath go all around the body, into the low back, into the low ribs, the side ribs. And then pause, hold breath. Bring the hands forward in front of your shins. Swift, thorough exhale. And as you're empty, bring chin closer to sternum. Draw the belly in, pressing feet together. Heel to heel, outer edge to outer edge. Ball mound to ball mound. Patiently staying with the sensation of the belly and the perineum. Moving and lifting. Release when you need a breath. Come upright. And now's a good time to connect breath through your area. So part of that inquiry is wondering what the breath connection is like. How much of each one of these breaths actually gets to that area of our body that we're focused on playing with today. Let's do another round. So fingertips to ground, the feet active. Inhale. We pause, hold. Letting that breath seep into that area. We'll bring the hands forward, swift, thorough exhale. Stay empty. As you draw the belly in, that's drawing from the base of the pelvis, the perineum. Drawing in, lifting. Moving the shoulders away from the jaw. And releasing when you need to breathe and resume your Ujjayi breath. Again, What's the breath quality like in your area? As our breath quality, the touch of our breath changes within our body, I bet our perception, our way of sensing that area and how that area is changes. Right? Let's go into knee pile, right over left. You can choose another next appropriate configuration. Inhale, reaching arms up overhead. So lifting the ribs away from the hips. Exhale, we'll go left elbow over right, left, over right, and feet active. Inhale into the back of heart. Exhale, glide the shoulders down, the blades down, and soft send the elbows forward. So to contact an area so richly with our breath, it might feel like an act of a risk. A risk to care so much, to want to know. But that action of moving toward wanting to know, caring enough to know, is a courage move. So practice those courage moves. What is that like to breathe, to feel that richness of contact, breath, body, to know so deeply, so intimately one's own self? Inhale, unwind arms from eagle. And with just a slight turn, we'll straighten the right leg out, widening the knees apart. We'll just keep the left leg bent. And into a chest opener. Exhaling, we'll reach the right arm, right ribs forward as we lift the left arm, reaching the left arm and the chest back. Engage through that inner right leg. So we've got that, the foot is active, felt connection through that inner leg, inner groin. And smoothly moving the left arm into side bend or overhead. The area is a way by which we know our contact, by which way we know how our breath approaches, nears, touches, penetrates our area, but also our whole body. And then inhale, let the hand down, walk your way up. And we'll do the eagle on the other side. So we'll bend the legs. We have the left over the right knee pile. Inhale the arms up. The ribs get a little pick-me-up. And then exhale the right elbow over the left. And inhaling, unwind. Just a slight turn. We'll straighten the left leg out. The right leg stays bent, widening knees apart. Exhale the left arm forward so the left ribs lengthen forward. And we draw the right arm up. And that side bend. Inhaling the right arm overhead. Inhale, we'll let the right hand down. Let's walk our way up. We've got some abdominals today. We've got some dolphins. So let's get to, when we lie on our back, we'll be working the abdominals, wherein we're rotating or turning the bone. So there's a socket bone relationship. Maybe a moving relationship. So when we lie back for star spiral pulse, we'll bring the hands behind the head, the feet off the ground. Inhale, float the head and the shoulder blades off the ground. And then curling the tailbone, which is going to be some more intra-abdominal pressure. And then exhale, draw the right leg up, flexing the foot so heel prominently moves into the sky, rotating it in, and then pulsing or reaching up, and then letting recoil, reaching up, and we'll pull low belly down. Inhale, bend the right knee. Curl tailbone. Exhale, left leg straight up, flexing foot, heel prominent, rotating it in, reaching, and then letting. There's kind of an outreach, and maybe what you feel is a little like recoil and a reach. Pull low belly down. All right, inhale, bend left knee. I'll speak just a little bit more quickly. Curl tailbone. Exhale. Right heel to sky, rolling the thigh bone. Make sure it's the thigh bone, not just twisting the foot. And let and reach, and let and reach. Pull low belly down. So we're getting a little pulsating movement through the sacrum. Inhale, bend the right knee. Curl tailbone, exhale the left heel to the sky, roll it in, pulsingly reach up, and then let it, a little drag back, reach, and let, reach, pull low belly down. Inhale, bend knee. We're going to do one more like so and introduce a variable. Curl tailbone. Exhale, right heel to sky, rolling the thigh bone in. Make sure it's the thigh bone. The knee and the foot will take a free ride. Pulse and let and reach and recoil and reach. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bend right knee. Curl tailbone. Exhale, left heel, reach for sky, flexed, inturned, reaching and letting, reaching, recoil, reach, pull low belly down. All right, inhale, bend left knee, set the feet down for a moment. Grab your roll that's nearby. If not a roll, grab your blanket. Better a roll than a block, but we'll take whatever you got. And the roll goes between the legs. And while we're doing this same move, you'll be able to apply a little bit more, there's more leverage. The other leg has to do something also. And this is a nice illustration of that. So again, with the roll between our legs, just like we did before, bend knees, bring them over hips. Inhale, head, shoulders off the ground. We'll just do a few like so. And curling tailbone. Now give that roll a little squeeze as you exhale, straighten the right leg up, roll that thigh bone inwardly. And as you reach and as you let it go and reach, you're still lifting and moving that one leg. They're not stapled to each other. They're not pull low belly down. So they still have independence in their reaching, their moving. Inhale, bend the right knee. And curl tailbones. Give that roll a little squeeze. Exhale, the left heel go up. Rotate it in. And squeeze the thighs together with that roll. Reaching through the left. A few times. Pull low belly down. All right. Continue. I want to watch you. Do one or two more on each side. So if you're using a roll, the leg still has independence. One leg has independence from the other. So as you're reaching it, the roll lets the leg roll up. So the squeezing of the roll doesn't mean that each leg is becoming stationary and fixed to the other leg. They still can move independently. This is good news for sacrum and for spines. So do use the squeeze. Yeah, so both legs have to work. Exactly. There you go. And the reach is a series of pulsing. It's like reaching more and then reaching a little less, reaching more. And so it's not a stationary knee straightening action. It's a reach. Really try to draw out those tissues and draw out the relationship between those tissues all the way to the back side of the body. All right, leave the roll. When we bring both legs up and we're working abs with a mat roll today, maybe you can feel the distinctness of each leg moving as we go through this. Inhale into the low belly, into the low back. Now squeeze with both legs into the roll. Exhale, float the head and the shoulder blades up. And yes, reaching with the legs. Incidentally, the knees may straighten. But reaching with each of the legs, feeling into the feet, pull low belly down. Keep reaching as you pull the belly down. There you go. Inhale. Now we relax some of the leg efforts. Let the head go down. Feeling breath contact the low abdomen. Wondering, what's that contact like? Is it grazing, glancing? Squeeze the object, curling tailbone. Exhale the head, shoulders off the ground. And let that squeeze, that engagement, help you feel in and into the legs as you reach them, as you straighten them, each pull low belly down. Inhale, letting the head down, the pressures come off the legs. Would you take yourself through 4 more on your own? And it's okay that the legs feel different from each other. That would be not unusual. Mm-hmm. Now previously we'd done something with a little internal rotation. I'm not suggesting that you have to internally rotate, but it might just help you draw out those tensional lines from foot to sacrum. May be interesting to you. So we're using the reach of the leg to get into, to start to move, to warm the tissues of the back. Great. All right. Once you're through with that, it looks like we're getting through with that. Roll to side, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. When we grab the left thigh with both hands, grabbing the back of the thigh, let the shin be free. So as we're drawing in this figure 4, again, right ankle over left thigh. I have this option to straighten my left leg. And what I think is just kind of interesting, it creates an artifact. But sometimes we create an artifact to notice that an artifact has been created, right? To notice the creation process. So if I straighten my leg in this figure 4 stretch, and I simply rotate in that left leg just like we were doing, maybe that helps elucidate those planes, those sheaths of connectivity from foot through leg to the back of the pelvis. Kind of interesting how the rotation of the straight leg may affect the rotation of the bent leg. All right, release, we'll switch sides. So across the left ankle, over the right thigh. So that figure 4 or pigeon-esque stretch. And we're grabbing the right leg behind the thigh. And then an optional move is straightening the right leg. It might be interesting to you, it might not. When we release, we'll roll to a side, setting up on forearms and knees. So you've got your elbows under shoulders. Draw the shoulders away from the jaw. Inhaling, push the earth. And then exhale the knees off the ground. So I just want to trace back to, it's kind of drawing this image for us, may help us include more of those rib muscles as we're breathing in dolphin. Just remember these intercostal muscles, muscles between all the sets of ribs. And there's more than one set. There's the intercostals are in layers, and they are striated, or they're in these different directions. So there can be this active, this muscular component to exhale, where we have some movement choice to draw these ribs together. So as we're being active with these rib muscles, you're feeling for the drawing down of the ribs. They're drawing down, they're gathering toward one another, and they're moving down away from the shoulder. So in a sense, you can use your conscious, deliberate exhale to start to clear that area around the axilla, the armpit, the chest, the breast, the sternum. What's important to be able to work with those intercostals is to stay light on the shoulders. The shoulders, they're working. They're working. No collapse. All right, so we're taking leg up at a time. Inhale, smoothly raise the right leg. There we go. And as you're reaching out through that right leg, letting that translate through the whole body as light, lighter, lightening. So how does that reach of right leg help you feel lighter on the shoulders? So you can use those intercostals in that exhale and draw, clear out that armpit, that axilla area. contact really matters at a cellular level, cleansing, cellular, like reaching, moving, stretching, getting things moving. It's a really important part of the practice. Inhale, right foot down. And as you're exhaling, settling that weight into the right. And here we go, left side. Inhale, left leg up. So the question I'm posing to us is, how do we use this posture, this leg reaching out dolphin, to increase our contact with our intercostals and breast and chest and axilla area? How do we use all this skillful breathing and this powerful, vibrant reaching to increase our contact, to deepen and enrich our breath contact with our armpit area, our shoulder? So when cells aren't touched and moved, there's inertia starts to develop. Right? We'll set, inhale the left foot down. Take one deep breath more in your dolphin. Adjusting those feet, pressing with the arms. And then gently set the knees down. On a cellular level, this increased contact matters to turning over tissues, to clearing out toxicity. On an emotional level, this matters a great deal. As we start to resolve things like chronic chronic emotionality, fear, stress response, all these things, the chemistry of those emotions needs to get turned over, cleared, recycled, upcycled. So both the cellular processes, the emotional processes, the energetic processes, they all must work together as we change our emotional weather patterns, our profiles. So too, our chemistry and all of our tissues changes. Let's stand up. So I want to do some Agnisara. In a wide stance or a horse stance. Inhale into the low belly and the low back. And swift, thorough exhalation. Get empty. Stay empty. We'll draw that belly in and back and release. Note there's a pulsating here too. Drawing the belly in and releasing. Drawing the belly in and releasing. Drawing the belly in and releasing. If you need a breath, let's breathe now. Okay? This next one I'll do with you, so you won't hear me talk, except to say, exhale everything out. Relax the belly when you need to breathe. We're in for 2 more. Take your time. Doesn't mean 2 as fast as possible, but we're in for 2 more. When you're ready, continue wondering, how does this tool of Agnisara help me contact my guts, my hips, my back, my insides, my interiors? How does this help me contact in a richer, more defined, clearer way. Go for it, yeah. Mm-hmm. So to do so with curiosity, as we do these successive rounds, just the act of doing it several times, back to back. Maybe there's clarifying just in that aspect of the process. Time for one more or last one. So may your guts be free as we set up for emergence in a forearm and a dolphin at the wall. So the emergence is where we place our ankle and use our leg strength to nudge our bones into the sky. Quick visual recap. It is dolphin at the wall, and it is ankle thigh, press. Okay. So once we set this up, we'll do each side about 4 breaths. So we're in it. Bring your mat over to a section of wall. We will use the wall today. And we're setting up dolphin at the wall. If I'm going a little fast for your setup, just join us as soon as you're able. Feet starting just a fist width from the wall. Seems good, good enough. When you press the knees up, can you experience some push or lightness through the shoulders? Inhale, foot up. Exhale, foot up. So we'll take ankle to thigh, 4 deep breaths. As you nudge with the ankle and the leg, feel the bones lift up. Feel the sit bones lengthening away from the guts. Push with the arms. Can you feel the rib cage lengthening? And can you feel lightness? A growing sense of lightness through the shoulders. That's probably about 4 breaths, so we'll switch sides. Crossing the other ankle over the thigh. And then as you nudge, take 1 deep breath. Feel the nudge and the movement of the leg bones into the sky. Take another breath. Feel that nudge of leg bones helping you feel lengthier through your guts, that Agnisara area. And another deep breath as the guts elongate. Can you feel the rib cage moving vertically, lengthening? Use those exhales. Take 1 more breath in this emergence, getting lighter in the shoulders. The pressure of the legs, the lightness in the guts, the lengthening through the ribs, the lightness in the shoulders. And then when you release, set foot down, exiting that. Stay near the wall. We're going to follow back up on a move we did earlier. Not today, but earlier in the last week. You may not want or have the room to use your wall, but we can look at this and you can do it with or without a wall. I'll show you with my body set up, my mat set up a foot from the wall. And we get into Turbo Dog. And really want to keep this chest and armpit quite active. We'll shift the feet as we reach a leg way beyond our midline. Okay. So why am I saying wall? Because you might have the room to explore just using the wall as just a reference point, a balance point, a back support. Okay? The wall's not necessary. Here's the setup. We're setting up for Turbo Dog. So bending elbows. And let's start with the right side, getting the stretch. So turn your left foot inwardly. There's that inward turn again. Your left foot is pitched in. Keep bending the elbows. Inhale, raise right bent leg. And it's bent, just so we decrease that moment arm, the amount of weight moving and hanging. And start to reach your right kneecap away from your right elbow. So I'm reaching the right leg over my midline. My right foot is hanging somewhere over my left side mat. So Turbo Dog is really important. That wrap lets you stay really stable, strong stretch through the abdomen, and deep breath into that right side abdomen. Keep bending that left elbow. Keep bending those elbows. All right. I'll inhale smoothly, bring that right foot back down to the ground. If you are using wall, you'll want to pause, turn 180 degrees to ready the other side. Otherwise, to do the other side, we pitch the right foot inwardly, elbows bent. Inhale, left leg is bent, lifting it up and reaching with the foot, the weight of the left leg, away from the left ribs. Keep bending all the elbows you have. And inhale, bring that left foot back. Set it down. Inhale the left foot forward, lounge lunge. So if you need to adjust your mat, go right ahead, adjust it, and just join in. Lounge lunge, right hand planted. Same but different. Using that left arm to hug, hold left thigh. And as I'm draping this right side ribs, letting breath seep into contact. Right? So there's all this abdomen and all this diaphragm. So whatever's going on in our abdomen tissue is connected up and influencing our diaphragm movement, which is influencing our rib movement. So to me, this area, this threshold of abdomen, diaphragm, ribs, is it's a really cool, precious place to get some deep breaths. So I've been liking revisiting that turbo dog variation because you can get a sense here in this lounge lunge. It's like, oh, it's a different way to get into that abdomen, diaphragm, rib, axilla area. Inhale, unwind. We'll set the hands under the shoulders. Exhaling, we'll step left foot back, lower, belly to earth. Cobra. Set the hands forward of the shoulders. Inhale, pull. So testing, feeling what's starting to free up around the diaphragm and the abdomen. And does that freedom help me contact and move the heart? Exhale, lower down, hands under shoulders, downward dog. There you go. Use those toe pads to push, the palms to push. All right, so the other side. Inhale the right foot forward, lounge, lunge. Plant the left hand. And as you're exhaling, draping the left side ribs. And if you are having a visual moment, I do have a little sweetie picture of ribs and diaphragm. And just sometimes we see the image and it just helps us focus in our body a little differently. Like when we have a sense of where anatomy might be or how it might be shaped, we can start to check and feel in our body in a differently specific way. And of course, we remember all of our bodies are different. So when I do these side things, it feels very under the diaphragm to me, very right into the diaphragm and right up around these ribs. Inhale, unwind. We'll set the hands down under the shoulders. Exhaling, we step back, lowering. So with the freedom of these lower areas of abdomen and diaphragm, how does that help us contact the heart, the upper ribs? Inhale. Exhale, lower, hands under chest, downward dog. Revolve pyramid. Inhale the left foot forward. We're setting the right hand down. Block is great. We're straightening the legs. So generally I'll just keep straightening the legs and just keep finding that right block height. Perfect, right? Exhale the left arm up. Now with that freedom, hopefully there's a little bit more freedom around these lower ribs and the abdomen and the diaphragm. How do you guide even more breath and movement into the mid ribs and the upper ribs in this twist? So you have to kind of keep shifting focus. You may even feel where there's a lot of freedom and then all of a sudden there's less movement or freedom in the body. These are great things to notice. All the way to the sternum. Lots of lymph nodes. Remember, to move the tissues is to participate in that turning over, that renewing of the tissues, clearing the tissues, refreshing the chemistry that shapes the tissues. This chemistry sure does shape our cells. That is a thing. Inhale, hands to ground. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Sure, you could do upward dog if you're feeling it. Exhaling, downward dog. Revolve pyramid. Here's the other side. Inhale the right foot forward. And planting the left hand, straightening the legs. Exhaling, the right arm reaches skyward. Inhale, bring both hands down to the ground. Exhaling, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. So you're selecting the tool for the purpose of contacting your area. Exhaling, downward dog. And in downward dog, how do I reach? How do I contact my area with the breath? Only you know where your area is today. But how do you create that breath area connection again? All right, gently set the knees down. Okay, so we'll do one more move. I know I'm getting us pretty close to over an hour. Let's set the right leg out, left knee bent. Optional is this strap. So we're reaching overhead to grab this right foot. So if you don't grab the foot, a little bit of loop can be helpful. And if I do use a loop, I'll let my elbow bend and I'll send my elbow away from my eyes to get my arm off my face. So you don't clothesline your face with your arm. The right arm, nudge it against that inner right thigh. Strong, vibrant inner right leg. We'll switch to the other side, and this will be our last item, last side. So for this side bend, we are connecting the hand to the foot. So if that doesn't occur, hand, foot, use a little bit of strap. Yes, you'll have to just keep adjusting to make sure that the arm clears the head. And when we release, unwind, and we'll set up for a little bit of rest, a shavasana, or if you're preferring to sit for these moments, just a seated meditation moment. But whatever allows you to move to a moment of kinetic quietude, so you don't have to move the body, and allows you some moments to feel the difference, the changes in your body, your perception of your body, your attitude toward your body. So just giving us these moments to make that shift from practice time and then back into our more ordinary clock time. So we selected an area. We could contact more and more. So feel what that breath contact is like now. So the quality of that breath contact. And using these next few breaths to just start to change gears, if you will, to remember, feel your skin outline, to bend knees. Feel this breath and this body. And when you're ready, turn over and we'll press up to seated. Namaste.